There's no chance of those screws going up your bum when you're going down.
There's every chance of that. There are no guarantees at all.
Kurt, hello.
Howie, good to see you. How you doing?
How you doing, mate?
Very good, thank you.
Good. What have we got here?
Right, so this is codename Project Twitchy Foxnose. It's an entry in a soapbox derby. At least it will be. It's a work in progress at the moment. So yeah, you know, happy to show you around and show you where it's come from, really.
This is fantastic, mate. So what was the base? I mean, there's a base here, yeah? What was the base?
Absolutely. Well, you know, you've got to start somewhere, and timescales were a bit short. So basically, it's a kid's sort of go-kart originally. Yeah. Picked that up very, very cheap.
Yeah.
I didn't have the heart to tell the chap I bought it off that I was about to change it into this sort of thing. You know, it came with a little Jack 1 on the back, and it was a kind of, you know, I think it was kids' pride and joy, but I've basically massacred it. Anyway, so the front end is unmodified at the moment. I've got some thoughts about that, which we might come back to. But what we have done is strip out the drivetrain. The rules are you can't have a drivetrain, so there was originally a drivetrain in there.
So there was pedals and
pedal
stuff.
drive.
Right, okay,
so that's all come off.
Yeah.
We then extended the chassis. Obviously, it was made for quite a small body. We're going to run an adult in it.
Okay.
So a couple of things. We need to extend it. If we kind of take the seat off for the moment, we can talk about that.
Hang on a second. That is a magnificent.
Yes.
What is that seat?
Right, so again, so this is the team has a kind of
show it to the camera
there
for
we go.
us.
So there it is. This started life as a bar stool. Basically, it's a very flashy bar stool. So again, I kind of
I'd be proud to have that in my house.
It's very comfortable, but we thought no, we need a seat, and the seat that came originally was too small for adult bottoms.
Yeah. Okay.
So we need something bigger. So we managed to get hold of this, and it's a bar stool that's been retasked to a Recaro sports seat, I suppose.
Fantastic
like that. So
piece of kit. Excellent.
So yeah, so that needs to be mounted. So we'll just put that over there for the moment. And
there's no chance of those screws going up your bum when you're going down.
There's every chance of that sort of thing happening. So there are no guarantees at all. Right. So what have we got here? So ignore this. This is the original chassis.
That was the original axle, was it, for the wheels?
Well, I kind of retasked it for a potential pivot point for some brakes, but that will be coming off shortly.
Okay.
So that you can ignore for the moment. But you can see we've got a
cog on it.
That's right. Yep. So there's a box section at the back. Originally the wheels were about 6 inches further forward, and the problem was the weight of the driver was behind the back wheel.
So you'd wheelie everywhere.
Light
having
steering,
a really good time.
Really good time.
Telling dad jokes.
Indeed. Yeah. Light steering, not going to be good when you're careering down a hill. So we decided to lengthen that to allow you to basically fit an adult in it, and also bring the effectively the centre of gravity sort of more towards the middle of the two axles. Then it was a case of having done that, we, of course, by putting this box section on, you've got much more structural rigidity in the back, which is good.
Yeah.
Because we need to survive jumps and things. So part of the exercise was strengthening the chassis as well.
Yeah.
We kind of elected to keep this kind of front frame because there's actually quite a lot of torsion in there, so it's not a bad design.
Yeah.
So we've left that there. And then it was all about brakes. Now, the original brakes, it did have a brake, but it was a kind of pull a bar by hand. I didn't like that because I kind of thought, well, you've got to take a hand off the steering wheel. So when you're driving, that's not so good. And really with this new sort of strengthening system on, we couldn't really mount the same thing. So we needed to come up with something different. So I've gone for this system. It has all the sort of makings of a regular braking system. It's basically friction orientated. It's just a bar that pulls against the wheels. It's as simple as that. It's sort of mechanical, so it's a retasked old set of caliper brakes from a bicycle. So they've been retasked essentially. Bring them down, so you've got two cables that pull this piece of angle iron straight back onto the wheels. They join together into a single caliper at the front, and you need a spring release system, which is a bit of bungee cord, basically. Simple as that, and that also acts as a counter force on the pull. So you can see we're actually pulling from the bottom for the braking system, and on the release system on the top. So the turning moment on this bar is reasonably well balanced.
Yeah. Okay. Who's done all of this welding work?
And I'm afraid I can't claim that. That was my good neighbour Simon next door. He did all of that. It's he did say don't show it to anyone. It's a bit rough and ready.
It looks like my kind of welding. Pigeon poo.
He was rather embarrassed by it, but needs must. Unfortunately, it was all we had. So it does the job. It does the job.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm so ashamed that I haven't been able to be part of this project because it looks like it's been so much fun.
The amount of lock on this thing is tremendous. So I'm actually going to shorten the lock distance by putting literally just a couple of split pins in. Drill a hole, split pins in, and then we can tune the lock to the racecourse. We then need to fit the most important bit, which will be the bodywork.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So is it a themed race?
It is. Yeah. So of course, am I allowed to mention the sponsor?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, of course.
It's the Huntsman Inn at Fellfield.
Oh, right, we know the Huntsman. Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Dan, the proprietor there, has entered us in the race. So we are their entry. The theme, of course, will be around Huntsman, and the cart will be a fox.
Hence Project Twitchy Fox Nose.
That is the link. So somehow we need to fashion onto this fine mechanical frame a fox's body. So that is this weekend's task, really.
So papier-mâché, chicken wire.
Well, let's start with the design brief for these briefs. So it needs to be lightweight and provide some kind of crash resistance, I feel. So yes, we're going for a chicken wire frame over which we will lay some papier-mâché.
Yeah.
Give it some kind of structure we can paint on, and hopefully if we hit anything, that will just absorb all the impact.
That'll be the crash protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So more questions. Obviously, there's millions of them going around in my head at the moment.
Keep going.
Are you going to be dressing up? First of all, who's going to be driving this?
So it won't be me. That's absolutely clear.
Yeah.
Chief engineers don't get to drive their creations. They just get to sit back and watch other people die in them.
So you won't be driving?
No.
Right? So someone else is going to be driving this?
So we're thinking Jim, who's a sort of co-owner of the Huntsman. So he of course has a good racing pedigree. He has an amateur jockey's license. So I believe that gives him good credentials to drive this contraption.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
has he got life insurance?
I don't know. But, so it's being built around Jim. We'll be having a test fitting on Saturday. Is the plan?
Will you be dressing up for this?
There will be costumes. I don't know if I can give too much out.
No.
The competition rules do mark us on costumes, so we might keep them under wraps. But yes, there will be costumes.
Excellent. And are you going to have a pretty big pack of people supporting you?
It's surprisingly so. It seems to have grown in its interest, this particular project. I've had it on Facebook, and people are rallying around. So we're getting there. I think there'll be a few people there. It's down at Purton, so it's the Purton Soapbox Race.
Close to the canal at Purton.
That's the one. It's on, I think, Saturday the 16th of September. So come down and watch us race against various other people. There's all sorts of other people there. It should be good fun.
The steering rack on this, I must admit, is particularly dubious. I'm a little bit nervous about its longevity, ever so slightly. If I'm not mistaken, there's a little bit of slack in here.
There is some slack. I think we'll look to take some of that out. I have some correctly sized washers. We just need to take a little bit of slack out of that. But these are all, final race modifications.
Little tunes. And then you've got these are pneumatic tyres.
They are.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're original. So we haven't changed them at the moment.
And what about the bearings? They're just sort of the standard bearings that were in there.
There really isn't a bearing. It's just a bit of steel.
On a bit of steel
with a split. Well, these have got a cap. We've re-engineered the back axle. I should have mentioned the back axle has been strengthened. That's a custom back axle.
Right. Okay.
This was the original back axle. We found another piece of steel which we think is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
That's been properly welded in, and the original mount points. There was a good distance between effectively where it was the axle was held and the wheel.
Yeah.
So we brought that mount point much closer to the wheel again for strength, and then put split pins in for that
to make sure everything stays in place.
If those split pins come out, we're running blind.
They run pretty well, don't they?
It's surprising what you can get with a bit of steel and a bit of plastic. Those have been lubricated on the back. These ones haven't yet.
Okay. So it could just be the fact that it's all all been nicely lubed up.
Before we go, we'll be lubing everything up, and these have even slowed down from when we did it originally. But a bit of 3-in-1 oil, you're amazing what you can do. So we just, oil it all up before we go down.
How steep is this track? I'd love to see this track.
To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I know where it is, so I've cycled down it, but I don't really know what the course is going to be. That's all to be discovered.
No idea what you're getting into yet as far as track goes.
There's a test run this Saturday. If I can get things working and I'm happy with it for Saturday, we might go for a test run. On Sunday. And see how that goes. Do a little bit of proving ground stuff. Probably sans bodywork at that point, and we'll see how it runs.
Brilliant. Well, I must say, the very best of luck to you and the team, and well done on such a magnificent construction. Absolutely A1's top class, mate.
Good stuff.
Very, very dubious bit of engineering going on here. Yeah, excellent. Good luck.
Obviously, we need to do some test runs down the street. Sometimes I don't have a pusher, so I need some other means of launching. So you can think of this as the launch control system. Basically, it's 1 foot on, next foot's going to come off, and we'll be on the go. Don't worry, it doesn't go too fast yet.
Right.
And away we go. You ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Whoops, car's coming.
So just quickly, one more time, talk us through the loading.
So absolutely, pretty straightforward. It's a gravity launch system, so we just need to back ourselves up, making sure we stay on the rails.
You're nicely centred.
Nicely centred. There we go. Get as high as we dare.
Possibly dare.
We're a little bit off there. That might be a bit better. That's good. Wheels nice and central. High as we go.
Fantastic.
So get 1 foot loaded. Check for cars.
Car's clear.
There we go. And then basically off we go.
Fantastic. And I'll just give you a little.
Absolutely.
How does it feel?
It's good actually. Okay? It's surprisingly stable. Off we go. Now then, let's just make sure there's no one coming.
No. All right. Yes.
That runs quite nicely actually. I'm quite pleased with that. All good.
Excellent.
Good stuff.
And the brakes work.
And the brakes work. That's it.
Congratulations, well done.
Do you not want to go?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. All right, Simon. I'm afraid your welding has gone onto TV, mate.
Hello, mate. You're all right.
I was really embarrassed about my
Don't worry about that.
So this is the co-partner in Truck Crime, Simon, who has helped me out with all the welding and good engineering advice as well, really. Yeah. So
excellent.
There we go. So yeah, we're there.
She's a wee monster. It's lighter than you expect, isn't it?
It's not too bad. Yeah. So line it up. Make sure you get it square. Sit in it.
Right, now I'm in my best bib, or not my best, but I'm in some reasonable. Oops.
Try and back up.
Yeah.
Just walk it straight back. That's it. Keep central. Go back as far as you dare, and then basically
1 foot on.
Yeah. And then just when you bring the other foot up, you'll be off.
Right.
So 1 foot properly on.
I'm looking very happy about that.
Have you had a go on this thing?
And as soon as you take your other foot off, you're going, mate.
Oh, I tell you what, steering sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Holy wow!